foster and adopted kids and families. The real heroes are like Dr. Childs here, the kids who allow us to be the semicolons. And as she said, we had it all planned out. We were going to have biological kids and we were going to have adopted kids. And we had it all planned. And we became house parents for juvenile delinquent boys. And something happened there. There we are in a home, and these hardened thugs, as society would call them, are grinning from ear to ear as we sing happy birthday to them, and they blow out candles. As teenagers, for the first time in their life. As teenage boys are holding tadpoles and squealing with little kid giggles as it wiggles in their hand. Or as a tough guy looks back at me, and after years of sitting in silence, finally looks back and says, "I love you too, Miss Christi." It does something to you. It messes with you in a good way, and at least it did for my husband and I, John. We knew then that we had to create our family through fostering and adoption. Since then, like I mentioned, we've had 16 kids come through our home. 6 are now part of our permanent family. Our kids are the kids that on paper, nobody wants. They're the unadoptable kids. Our daughter, Karia, moved in with us when she was 6 with her little sister, and a fat, thick file of crazy behaviors that even 6 medications could not tame. Within 2 months, she was weaned off all 6 medications. And the little girl who could not sleep for more than 3 hours a night, had to be sedated, was sleeping soundly 8 to 10 hours on no meds. For the first time in her life, she felt safe. She was loved, and she was nurtured. It's what every one of these 102,000 kids that are waiting deserve. Sorry, this gets me here. You know, those boys that were in our home, they are murderers, they are violent offenders, they're thieves. And those moments with the tadpoles and the blowing out of the candles, we saw something so much more. They are kids who never got to be kids. And it's those moments that my husband and I could look and say, what would their story be like if someone was there to love them, to fight for them, to support them, and to let them know that they are not alone. It's amazing what relentless love, firm boundaries, and a little structure can do. It doesn't change everything. It doesn't make it all go away, but it does do something. And it does even more when you have services like post-adoption services and adoption tax refund. We've been able to do so much more because of those services. Our kids have been able to go to camps we could never afford because of those services. My husband and I have been able to get away on much-needed weekends to refresh, refuel, and get back to the hard work of loving kids who have a lot of hard stuff that they should never have endured. Family-based therapy has been one of the biggest things for us that's been transforming for our girls and our kids, all of our kids, but specifically our girls. They have access to professionals that we could not access on our own. And through those counseling services, 2 of our girls disclosed for the first time ever sexual abuse that happened to them. They've never shared it before. I fear that without those services, they would still be walking around with the weight of those secrets instead of walking towards the road of freedom and healing. And so I say to you all, thank you. Thank you for what you are doing for these kids. Thank you for what you are doing for us adoptive families. We will do it on our own. I will do it even if you don't give us any support because these kids deserve it. But thank you for what you are doing because you allow us the ability to do so much more. Those criminals that we had, they're my boys. Those criminals, we can't go back and change their past. But we do have the power to transform and change the lives of the kids that are here right now, kids that are waiting who need homes. And so I challenge you and I plead with you, especially you policy makers, to intervene on behalf of these kids. Because like Dr. Shaw said, is their story is not just a period. They're longing for a semicolon. And we have the power to bring that to them. And so I challenge you to find out what it is that we are called to do as individuals to help these kids become all that God created them to be. Thank you for the honor and privilege of letting me speak. This is something that's passionate to my heart, and I have no doubt there are many more adoptive families and adoptive kids in this room who can share stuff with you. Please listen and continue to advocate for those of us and those who do not.